Okay, guys, this video today is going to be on personal. It's a personal introduction. My name is Spencer Love. I just want to talk to you guys today. I'm at the mall, South Center Mall, Seattle, Washington. Well, Tukwila, Washington. I want to talk to you today, guys. This is sincere. I want to tell you that you got to be prepared, man. Everybody can't go with you. This video is about the self-motivation, about the people that's motivated and trying to rise to the top. Everybody can't ride with you, man. I'm telling you truthfully. You're gonna lose people along the way, not in a negative way. It's not negative, guys. You remember this. It's not a negative thing to think about. It's just part of life. As you elevate, like there's gonna be less space for everybody. You know, everybody gonna think you're gonna have relatives, friends, associates, everybody you can think about it in your circle that's not gonna be able to go with you. And you gotta be able to recognize them and understand them, and then just separate yourself from the situation. Or generally, if it's too long, if it's not meant to be, and you're just totally 100% positive, and I believe we all try to be positive, it's going to happen regardless. Regardless, it's going to happen. It's just the nature, the law of attraction, the law of nature. It's the laws, and then you're going to recognize it. You're going to change. You're going to go through a change. And that's automatic. And when you see this change, it's gonna blow your mind away. You're gonna start seeing people for who they really are and where they really at. You know, it's gonna be people that you help along the way that you thought was motivated like you. They made it start off sound like it, then it's like, man, you're not really sincere at all. You know, I'm pushing this to the limit, and I'm busting it past that. And I see you right now. You at the bus stop, dog. You still at the bus stop. You waiting on. You got your transfer. You waiting on the bus, man. You at the train. If you're in New York, you're going to the subway, dog. You at the turnstile, trying to argue with the lady about paying the $3.75. Get on. You know, you think about jumping and getting a ticket or not getting a ticket from the subway police. For real, it's serious like that. And I'm not saying I've been there. I'm gonna say that. But I made just different decisions, you know. In New York, I worked 2 jobs full-time. And working 12, 14 hours a day, you know. Didn't complain. Was paying out my pocket, man. They was taxing me. I was like, oh no, I gotta get out of New York. I tried it for 5 months. Had a partner there from the military. That's my guy. His family's beautiful from the Dominican Republic. They went back. It was so hard. They went back to the Dominican Republic, retired, and got up out of there. A lot of people in New York, Spanish Harlem. It used to be called Spanish Harlem. Where I was staying at, man. You know, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, you know what I mean? They had some other groups of people, but that was pretty much, it was Spanish Harlem, dude. And it was good people, music, man, the community, it was lovely, man, at the time. You know, you just go to bodegas, give them a drink, give them a little galletas, chill out, man, talk to the women, you know what I mean? Talk to the homeboys, and I bail out, you know? But I was working 2 jobs, man. I said, no, New York is not the spot for me. I had to recognize New Yorkers. You got to be a real stone cold New Yorker to stay in New York. Or you got to have that latitude and platitude to be able to move around in New York. You know, check your longitude and latitude and see if you can elevate to that level. Because the reality is New York is a major city like Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, LA, Los Angeles, San Diego, the West Coast. All these major cities are becoming hotbeds for the financially literate, the rich, the well-off, the sophisticated, the savvy. And if you're not in any of them categories, man, you're in the struggle bag. It's gonna be one or the other. I'm seeing it. I'm sitting on the wall. Like I told my partner, I was in New York. I said, man, I'm staying out west because that's where the best is for me. And it's great to visit New York, but I can't afford New York. This one in New York was still expensive. This is the 90s. And I was like, I'm out of here, dog. I can't do it. I would love to stay in New York because it's the Big Apple. It's a beautiful city. A lot of things to do. A lot of women. You got New Jersey right across the water. Take the PATH train. All these opportunities. But for real, if you ain't got no money, if you ain't, I knew I was financial literate. And I knew right then I couldn't afford New York City. And I said, I saluted. I said, man, good opportunity. If I had money, if I was on, then I could move around New York. I know that. But since I'm not on, I'm up out of here. Quick, fast, in a hurry. And I'm going to get where I can elevate. I could have made it in New York, but I had to make some things. I didn't want them type of memories in my brain, if you know what I'm trying to say. New York City, if you've been around in the big cities anywhere in America, you know what I mean when I say that. I didn't want them memories in my brain. I don't, like the little rapper Jay-Z was talking about no regrets. I don't want certain regrets in my brain, my brain space, and I already had enough from childhood. I didn't want none as a young adult coming out the military. So I had to salute that city. I love it. I went there and visited a few more times over the years, but to stay and to grow and set my roots down, no. I came back home, the West Coast, and it was a great opportunity here. I just want to set that tone to let you know, if you decide to elevate, this video is about everybody can't go with you. Get that out your head. Your homeboy, your homegirl, sometimes your fiance, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, they can't go with you. Especially, a lot of times, it's only 1 or 2 people that can ride with you to the next level. Because as you elevate, the oxygen is low up there. Ain't enough oxygen to breathe for everybody. So you gotta remember that. And you can't, and it's light. You gotta fast, diet. You gotta prepare, think, read, prepare yourself. Everybody ain't on that flight with you. And so you gotta remember, everybody can't go with you. So as you elevate, know that people are gonna drop to the side. It's like NASA. And when the rocket ship go up, them boosters, they push you as far as they can, then it falls off. And then the rocket continues on up to the next level of elevation. And it's going out to the universe where everyone can see it, where everyone can measure, where you can see everything. And that's a different level of enlightenment, mental enlightenment. And when you start elevating, you're gonna recognize, like, oh, dog, I love you, but you can't go. And what's gonna hurt you, I'm telling you right now, what's gonna hurt you is some of the people that you think they're gonna go with you, they're not going. That's what's gonna hurt you. Good-hearted people, man. It's gonna be real. Some good-hearted people, they can't go with you. They're right where their elevation is, right where they're at, and you got to recognize that. You got to have a discernment, spirit of discernment, the law of discernment, to be able to see this person is right where they're at, the altitude they can go. They can't go no higher, man. It's gonna hurt you. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna hurt. But you don't have to say nothing. Just let it be. Just start moving different. You know what I mean? You gotta move different. What I mean by that, you gotta let things go. You ain't gotta argue with nobody. You ain't gotta go and explain nothing to nobody. You just gotta move. And that's part of the life, man. There's a lot of laws in this universe that you gotta understand that's gonna manifest to you as you elevate. I'm talking to you straight from the heart, off the rip. I'm letting you guys know it's real out here, man. There's gonna be family members, like I said earlier, they can't go with you. It's gonna hurt your heart. I'm telling you, it's gonna grow you. It's going to develop you, but it's going to hurt. And that's what the maturity level is going to come to. And you're going to see that. Once you look back, as they always said, street dudes, college professors, a lot of wise people told me, they said hindsight is 20/20 vision, it's perfect vision. Hindsight, what that means is once you look back at where you've been, you're going to see all the potholes, everything that was before you. And you're going to see it clearly now. And that's going to crystallize the experience that you went through to get to where you're at right there. And you're gonna be more wiser. That's like I try to give my son the elevation of Russell Simmons of Def Jam, and how he had his wife, ex-wife. You go back in hindsight, it's 20/20. I told my son the way it went down from the giddy-up, because Russell Simmons is a Queens hustler. Let's go back to where he started. He started out from Queens as a hustler, a street hustler, but he wasn't a cold-hearted hustler. Russell wasn't a killer, let's call it, and he was hanging around Queens killers. And there are certain rules you got to abide by, and he knew the laws. Like I said, you got to learn them laws. He knew the street laws was real. And so as he tells the story, go back and read the story. It's public. You can read it back. He said, I had to break up out of there and go and not look back. And he went to Manhattan or somewhere, or Brooklyn or something, and he opened up a shop there. But he knew he couldn't go back to Queens. He knew too many personal dues, and he knew too much. And the law told him, you can't come back here, or it's off with your head. He knew. And I expect that man to get a lesson to the public, to let us know. So I'm telling you that when I watch how he moved with his wife, I know a lot of people call him a sucker, but at the end of the day, what happened to Russell Wilson? He got the house back. He got the He got his label back. He got everything back, and he raised his daughters, 2 daughters. Had a beautiful young wife that didn't know how the game really went, and he let her learn. But he was wise, mature, and seasoned enough to understand, because that was personal. That's a different level. I peeped the whole strategy, and I saw it, and I was like, man, that I took that blueprint, and I learned from it, and I put it, and I actually used some of the points he manifests with me, and it works well. It works well. It kept a lot of anger out of my heart, a lot of emotional issues, and I saw what was going on. So I'm trying to tell you guys, there's a lot of lessons in life that you can learn by watching the change of the seasons, watching the wind blow, understanding how life. This is a personal message introduction coming to you. Got to let you know, guys, as you elevate in life, you gotta let people go. That's the whole message. You gotta let people go, and that's the hardest thing for human souls, because we get attached to people, we get close to people, and we're like, man, I can't let this guy. That's my guy, or that's my homie. No. He'll always be your homie. If he's your real homie, he'll understand. You got to move to the next level, and that's a real homie. You understand? He get assess where you going, look in front of you, where you going. Like the movie Notorious Big, where he said, "Man, I'm ready. If you serious, let's do this." He get assessed. Remember his homeboy took the charge in the movie. He said, "Man, you got an opportunity. I ain't got it. I'm out here on the bricks. I ain't going on. You gonna live for all of us, for Brooklyn." And he went on and became a superstar. And the guy got out of prison. He looked out for him. He was solid. He was solid, but he knew he couldn't rise with him. He said, man, I'm going to take this big, and you go out there and do something for Brooklyn. Put us on. That was loyalty. But he knew that's the farthest he can go. I hate the situation. I said life shows you things. That was a life situation where they were selling dope out there, and they got caught up. And they had them. Life manifest to him, say one gonna go further, and another one gotta go. But somebody gotta choose. That was decision. Life pushed their way to make it. You don't want to have that happen. You want to recognize it before you go through this process. Understand? So I'm gonna give you this lesson. It's called the laws of. You understand the laws of nature, law of attraction, law of discernment. There's all types of laws you gotta learn, man. I'm sorry, I'm going through experience right now, and I'm trying to pass it forward. Certain people can't go with you, man. I'm sorry. It's gonna hurt your heart. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna test you. You might have to run a mile around Seward Park or the coast one-on-one. You might get to go to the ocean and turn the music up and ball it out, man. Anger, shout it out. Swing at the wind. Not cuss, but shout at the wind. But you gotta let it go, man. Because as you elevate, everybody can't go. That's the law. Understand that. And it's all right. There's a heaven full of stars, man. I'm gonna give you one last metaphor. You got shooting stars. You got stars that hang in the heavens. A shooting star is brilliant. It's going, but it's shooting. It's in motion, and that's the whole existence. It's a shooting star. It meant to go from one point to the other. Then it's gonna die out. But it did what it was supposed to do. It served its purpose. They got hanging stars in the heavens. You got brighter stars in the heaven. You got dimmer stars in the heaven. And you got to understand which type of star you are. But you got to understand, everybody ain't in the heavens. You understand? You got sand on the earth, brother. You got more sand. Some people going to be sand. Some people meant to be stars. If you're meant to be a star, you're going to rise. And as you rise, you're going to understand that. So I wish you the best and much success. This is Jay Frenchie with Face to Face with the Nation. This is my personal message. Laws of nature. Understand. You must walk alone. I wish you the best. Nothing but success. Have a wonderful day.